When rumors first started circulating that GM was about to launch an $8,000 pickup truck, we, just like the rest of the world, thought it was too good to be true. But GM CEO Mary Barra just confirmed that the company is indeed going ahead with the plans of releasing this game-changing pickup. And once it arrives on dealership lots, you can bet that it will kill all competition. The automotive industry is shifting towards more affordable models, and no matter how you look at it, this is a win-win for the general public. The implications that this $8,000 truck will have on the industry are simply massive, and we have dived deep into the rumor mill to uncover and bring you the latest and greatest details about this revolutionary ride. It's obvious what the main competitor of this new $8,000 pickup truck is. With this new model, GM is hunting down the Ford Maverick, which turned the Blue Oval Company's fortunes around when it launched back at the tail end of 2021. This was the first model to put the unibody pickup truck back on the map, and with its attractive mix of quality-of-life features and affordable MSRP, it is no wonder that the Maverick has been a massive sales success for the Detroit-based outfit. The Maverick's main claim to fame was its sub-$24,000 starting price, which GM will simply blow out of the water once their new model goes up for sale at just $8,000. Wondering why they would take such a bold stance? Well, it's all about brand supremacy and capturing the biggest market share. If the past few years in the automotive world are anything to go by, it immediately becomes obvious that the market is shifting away from high-end luxurious models like the Escalade and Tahoe towards more affordable forms of transportation. Ever since the world almost came to an end in 2020, vehicle prices skyrocketed, but everything that goes up must come down eventually. GM will have to compromise in some areas to make the dream of an $8,000 pickup truck a reality, and luckily for them, they already sell a similarly priced pickup elsewhere in the world. You see, although GM is commonly associated with the US market, they sell vehicles all over the world, and their Latin American arm will come in for the rescue this time around. Although GM hasn't officially christened their new $8,000 pickup truck with a name just yet, we have reason to believe that it will be called the Montana and will be sold under their resident truck brand, Chevrolet. The Montana is already a well-established name in Mexico, Brazil, and South Africa, and we see no reason why the name wouldn't fit over here in the States. The history of the Montana nameplate runs further back than you think. The model made its first appearance in 2003, powered by a 1.4-liter EcoFlex engine, and was offered in two-door form only. The first generation lasted all the way till 2011, when it was refreshed with an upscale exterior and got the 1.3-liter multi-jet inline 4 as a diesel-engined option. We believe the upcoming $8,000 GM truck will be quite similar to the third-generation Montana, which was introduced on the 1st of December 2022 in Brazil. With this generation, the Montana grew in size to finally become a four-door pickup truck, which will make it the perfect contender for Ford's Maverick once GM ultimately decides to bring it stateside. Another thing GM's new pickup truck has going for it is the unibody design, a characteristic it shares with its fiercest rival. GM has announced their new pickup will be built upon the new General Motors GEM platform, which also underpins the Chevrolet Tracker SUV. This hands owners the best of both worlds, the utility of a pickup truck with the driving attributes of an SUV. If there's one thing we know about Americans, it's that they love their SUVs. Being priced at $8,000, we have no doubt the added advantage of SUV-like driving experience will make this pickup sell like hotcakes. Beauty might be in the eyes of the beholder, but there's no denying that the aesthetics of a vehicle have a massive effect on how it makes an impact. GM is no stranger to this, which is why it will do everything in its power to make the new $8,000 pickup truck look more attractive than its rivals, with a futuristic twist on the design. Although the Ford Maverick has been a sales success for Ford during the past few years, many have argued that the retro-inspired design has held it back. On the other hand, the other unibody truck on the block, Hyundai's Santa Cruz, has looks that are too far into the future and has alienated the audience as a result. The new pickup truck by GM treads the waters between the retro and futuristic design languages, making it the perfect choice for Americans who are reserved about how their shiny new toy looks on the outside. If the Chevy Montana being sold in other parts of the world is anything to go by, you can expect this truck to have the signature sleek headlights at the front, with the lower body panels being covered in plastic cladding for a distinctively macho appearance. Around the back, the bed will be of similar size to Ford's Maverick, sitting at around 4.5 feet. Although it won't be as spacious as the 5-foot beds you get on mid-sized trucks, don't forget that this baby starts at just $8,000. At 4.5 feet in size, we expect the rear cargo bed to offer nearly 900 liters of cargo space, which is more than adequate for anyone shopping around for a vehicle like this. The bed will be sealed down with the same advanced rear lid we've seen on some of GM's other products, and higher trim levels might also come with a sports bar for some extra flair. All that sounds good, but are you wondering how it will perform in more truck-like duties? Riding on a platform made for passenger vehicles will not hold back GM's new compact pickup truck from performing like its bigger brothers. Oh no, it will be more than capable of hauling over 1,500 pounds of payload, while the towing performance also won't disappoint. The Chevrolet Montana already has a towing capacity of 3,500 pounds in its base form, and we do not doubt this figure will improve once GM launches its new pickup in the United States. Although we haven't heard much from GM about what will power this new model, we have a pretty good guess on what you'll find under the hood. Massive horsepower numbers might look good on the spec sheet, but that is not what sells in this segment of the car world. The affordable truck market is all about efficiency and fuel economy, which is why GM will put all its eggs in the MPG basket. Although rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive variants of this truck will become available eventually following its launch, we can safely bet on the former being the more fuel-efficient of the two. The familiar 1.2-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder from the Chevy Traverse is the frontrunner for powering this new model, with its 131 horsepower and 150 foot-pound of torque being more than ample for hops around the city and the odd trip to the beach. Transmission choices haven't been confirmed either, but the 9-speed automatic used in most modern GM models will surely be one of the options on offer. You can also cross your fingers for a 6-speed manual, which is already available in other markets and will undoubtedly give this truck an advantage over the Maverick. Oh, and the manual will be cheaper to produce for GM too, which is why we think they'll be more than interested in giving you the choice of rowing your own gear. Being an efficiency-focused model, GM would be simply stupid if it did not give buyers the option to pick a hybrid model. Heck, they even have the perfect contender at their hand with the 1.5-liter 4-cylinder unit, which makes a healthy 163 horsepower. No matter what engine they offer, it would undoubtedly have to be more efficient than Ford's Maverick Hybrid, which gets an impressive 42 miles per gallon in the city and 33 miles per gallon out on the highway. Don't throw out the possibility of an all-electric version of this new pickup popping up in the future either. Although an EV version would undoubtedly cost more than $8,000 to get your hands into, no other company has been brave enough to pull the trigger just yet. And in our books, the thought of an affordable, compact EV pickup truck would be too good for GM to pass upon. If GM decides to go ahead with an EV version, all bets are on it adopting the Bolt's 65 kilowatt-hour battery pack. On top of having over 200 miles of range, this powertrain also produces nearly 200 horsepower, which would be perfect for the young crowd GM is aiming its new truck towards. Considering the $8,000 starting price GM is aiming for, you won't find much in the name of the latest technology inside this truck. Sure, it would be spacious for 5 adults, but don't go around expecting Rolls-Royce quality leather wrapping around the seats. GM should be careful not to skimp out on quality too much though, as doing so will give the company a bad reputation in the public's eye. Instead, we hope to see the company offer a balance of utility and comfort, with a sizable infotainment screen, advanced driver aids, and even above-average safety features with the new model. You can also expect this truck to have some basic creature comforts like keyless entry, parking sensors, and mobile app connectivity, but we wouldn't bet money on having fancy audio setups or autonomous driving features just yet. This model is all about appealing to the masses, and the interior will reflect that. No matter how you look at it, this new $8,000 pickup truck by GM will certainly make a splash in the market, and the ripple effects will be felt for years to come. But for now, the Ford Maverick remains the king of this segment, and if you want to learn more about it, hit the like button and subscribe.